everybody, Angel Forrest here again with Red Hot Sofa Talk. And this time we have the amazing and talented and beautiful and wonderful woman that I met many years ago as a child. Keep piling it on. Who is the Queen Mother, the mother of all mothers, queen of all queens of rock blues. Point final, not just Quebec, but period, in my opinion. Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, Nanette Workman. Hola, señoras. How are you?
That's wow.
Thank you for inviting me to your freaking fantastic. Oh, by the way, did I say we can swear? We can swear.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Freaking.
I know it's hard to.
It's hard to
say fuck on TV, okay? Nobody wants to do it, but I will. I'll break the glass.
Please do. Okay. Oh, look at this. You got me excited. I'm sweating. I got the glasses are steaming up already. What a beautiful home you have.
Well, you know what? This is like. I never go on vacation because when I'm not working and I'm home, it's like being on vacation.
No kidding.
Here, except when I have to mow the lawn.
Look at this willow tree, my favorite tree in the world.
It's amazing.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful area, like the only house on the street.
Well, there's one another kilometer down there and another one a kilometer up there, so I don't really have any close neighbors.
I mean, you have a voice you can scream, help! I can hear you from a distance. That's Nanette. I can hear it coming. You know, I don't know if you know this, but my first concert I ever saw was Peter Frampton when I was 10 years old.
Oh, my.
And my brother took me because I was a babe magnet. And my brother was 13 years older than me. And he, you know, I was 10, he was 23. So he took me to the Forum to see Frampton Comes Alive. And then after that, my stepfather worked in Beauce Carnival and Musement Spectaculaire and all that stuff. And we used to go with the carnival. And after that taste of Frampton, I got this taste for music. And
I did an album with Peter, eh?
You did?
Oh, yeah, I did.
You did an album with Peter Frampton?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah,
I want the juice.
Know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, gosh.
What year was that?
Let me think. Now, I got to go back.
Wait, I get the book. Where's the book?
That's when I was touring with Johnny Hallyday in France, and Johnny's record company produced it. And it was before Frampton Comes Alive.
Wow.
And I had gone to England
to
a whole album. It's great stuff. There's some
God.
country
well,
stuff
I need to
on there.
Get that album.
He plays some incredible guitar.
What's it called so I can find it? Is it online?
No, it's not online, but there's about 7 different bootleg versions of it on the internet.
Okay. What's it called?
What did we call it? Grits and Cornbread.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to look that up.
Well, you won't. I doubt if you'll find it.
My husband can find anything.
Oh, he can?
He will find anything.
Anyway, I have it. Okay. I have it in my computer, and I can send it to you if you want.
Oh, I'd love that.
You'll love it. There's
because
some
that's
good stuff
nuts.
on there. Yeah.
Because Frampton, and then you.
Yeah.
And that was in '77 when I saw
That's
him.
it.
And then we're doing these carnivals and stuff. I would see you. And I would watch you. And I think that was probably Marmalade time, I think.
Yeah, it was, because the mom was 75, 76.
My sister, Gail, dated Billy for a short period of time.
My brother?
Billy.
Really?
And Billy used to bring bags of Hershey's chocolate from the States for me. And I would eat them because they didn't have Hershey back
you
then.
should have told me. I would have had him come over and say hi.
Oh, well, I don't even know where he is. How's he doing?
He's in Ormstown.
Oh, my goodness, you're both here. Yeah. Crazy. So that for me, well, now that's even more surreal, knowing that you did a Frampton thing, and then I see the two of you. It's almost like you guys, built the path for me to start doing.
Well, you'll see in the book I gave you, there's a picture of us together in the studio with Chris Kimsey. Chris Kimsey was the engineer, and Chris had also I had also worked with Chris on one of the Rolling Stones albums in Paris.
Okay.
And
what a crazy.
Yeah, what a crazy.
That is nuts.
Yeah, you'll
I'm thinking
see him. He was so cute.
Oh God, he was gorgeous
a cutie
back
pie.
then. Everybody was gorgeous back then.
I know, we're all good looking.
The curls and all the sexy 70s look. But that's nuts because that did really. I'm taking 12 years old when I was seeing you and all that, and then of course the Billy thing, and I went back years later, 20 years later, and did those same festivals, but as a singer, not with the carnival.
Oh.
And I remember seeing a girl in one of those Amusement Spectaculaire, Beauce Carnival carts, and she waved to me. She said, "Hey, Angel," and I was like, "Hey," thinking she knew me from singing, and she came up, and she was the daughter of the boss that when we were 12 or 11 smoked our first cigarettes in the motel somewhere on the road with the carnies, and she was now the boss. And I got goosebumps just thinking, look at that. I got goosebumps just thinking about it. And now here I was playing the stages that you played in these. And so it was all very surreal for me. So the opportunity to talk to you, with the promo for this record, Hell Bent with Grace, because you are in there. Like I said, the song Grace is inspired by a few of you fantastic women that have inspired me, from you especially, from very young,
Yeah, because I got 20 years on you.
Yeah, that's it. And I have another girl, Renee Ray, who, which by the way, she's up and coming. She's 33, I think. It was kind of like her, me, you. I think of it that way because we have 20 years difference between us. She's actually on the Martin Deschamps project as well.
Okay,
which
cool.
we are both
that's right.
part of, which is amazing.
That's going to be so much fun.
Your song is
so
great.
So much fun. It's fun.
He's
I
fun.
love it.
He's great.
Yeah.
I got playing with Ricky. And so we will be doing shows this winter.
In winter,
in February, right?
when we usually don't tour at all.
When we don't work or eat.
Or we don't work or eat.
When we lose all our weight.
Yeah, that's true.
I get skinny. Why is she so skinny in the winter? You think she'd be skinny in the summer with the bathing suit on? No. That's when we're drinking wine and eating and not sleeping and having fun, right?
Right.
You just told me off camera that you sold your Harley.
Yeah, well, my mom had a little bit dementia, and I had her in a place in Jackson, Mississippi, where I'm from. So that was her place, that was her home. But when she got really, really sick, I had to bring her here to take care of her. Okay. And I put her in, I wasn't able to keep her home because she was a big lady and she couldn't walk very well, and sometimes she'd fall. I couldn't pick her up.
God, I know that. My mother was exactly the same.
So I had to put her in this place here in Ormstown. I won't say the name of it. Okay. Because I'm not happy with it. And
God, our lives are parallel. Wow.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Anyway, one night I get this call, and my mom has fallen, broke her neck and a collarbone. I had to have an ambulance driver down to Plattsburgh, New York, because she's American, couldn't get her in the hospital here.
Oh my God.
Because the insurance didn't, broken neck and everything. She had the thing on, and it was just awful.
Horrifying.
It was just fucking awful. I mean, to see your mother suffer, it's just got to be the worst fucking thing. Yeah. I mean, besides seeing your child. Yeah, exactly. Besides your kid.
Oh yeah, so, no, my mom had fallen at one point in front of my house, and can't lift her. She was like 350, 360. And I remember her elbow being up here. And me not being, going, no, and calling, and then walking back to her, and then going back and calling again. It's horrifying.
No, it's horrifying. And you can't do anything. You're just like helpless. You know, there's just absolutely nothing you fucking do. So and then when she was in the hospital, they said, oh, she could probably get better. I should have let her go at that point instead of putting her through 6 weeks of suffering in that place down there. But that was hard to let go. So finally, the time came, and my mother was a tough lady, and at the end, I was with her in the hospital room, and this nurse kept coming in trying to find a vein, to put the needle in because she had fever, all that stuff. She didn't want to be kept alive though. And finally, at one point, she hadn't spoken for like a week, and her eyes were closed. She hadn't been conscious at all, but. At one point, she opens her eyes and she looks at me and she says, I can't take this anymore. I said, okay, take everything out, leave her alone, take that thing off her fucking neck that she's had for 6 weeks. And I'm sorry for all the swearing, but when I get angry, it just comes out like I can't help it.
Well, that's the kind of anger you can't suppress, of course.
Yeah. So I let her go.
My mom was the same thing. She was in Sutton. I won't mention the area. Yeah. And she said, I'm tired. I'm ready. And she was in a home, place. If you will, that they were taking her. And she said,
semi-autonome, like a semi...
Yeah, mais pas semi-though, like vraiment not autonome at all. She wasn't... Anyway, the same thing. She was, I'm ready, I'm tired. And she said goodbye. And she wanted the morphine. And they gave her the morphine, and it was said, morphine until she's gone. She said her goodbyes. Yeah. I was there...
They call it comfort care.
Yeah, comfort care. I was there for 2 nights, and the person said, go, because... or one night, go because it could be weeks. I go home, I get a call that my mother's woken up. So the nurse the night nurse didn't put it on the chart that she's to be kept topped off because she doesn't want to wake up. So they didn't give it to her, so she woke up. And she made me promise her not to leave her side until she was gone. Well, I got there and she took my hand and she squeezed my hand. She hadn't done anything in a few days. She was pissed off at me.
Yeah, I don't blame
and I
you.
was hysterical. I was crying and
course.
swearing and crying and swearing at the nurses.
Uh-huh.
I know it's a tough job, but Jesus, I mean, your heart, it's like your mom, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, like I said, we're so parallel in that respect. But did you sell your Harley because you had to pay the bill?
Well, no, I sold it because I didn't, I've been driving for a lot of years. I had very different bikes in the years. And I think I was probably really, really lucky because I wasn't a great rider. I wasn't a great driver.
Well, you definitely have some lucky
But
stars.
I mean, I wasn't like, I used to go on trips with people and all that. And I was pretty good, but I just didn't want to take the chance of something happening to me where I couldn't take care of my mother.
Right.
I mean, it could happen in the car, but in a car it ain't going to happen to me
No,
because I'm the boss in the car.
The bike, you've got no protection,
on
of
the
course.
bike, it's different. Eventually, you become a part of the bike. It becomes a part of you. You and the bike are like one entity.
Yeah.
But it's not you and the bike that has the action. Some asshole that
idiots
hits
around
you.
you,
You know.
yeah.
So
Were you a nervous
that's where
driver? Were you?
Not at all.
Because yesterday, I did an interview with Lulu Hughes. She's
Yeah, Lulu
and
was.
last week, and she convinced me to go get my license. So
Yeah, she
I
loves
got
to
my
ride.
permit yesterday.
Oh, you did?
I went for my exam, got my learner's permit.
Yeah.
Because I want to ride with the cancer thing with
Okay.
her
Next year.
Yeah. But my biggest fear is the nerves, and my biggest thing is something happening to not be there for
your
my loved ones, you know.
Well, if you're riding with a gang like that, you're pretty much protected. I mean, the worst thing you could do is hit a pothole, which is very easy to do in Quebec, and fall over and hope. But you got to get those guards on the front of the bike, so when it falls over,
Doesn't break your leg,
it protects your leg from being crushed by the
broke,
motorcycle.
destroyed.
So I had that. I had a Softail Deluxe, beautiful bike that I sold to another girl.
Did you? Oh, good.
Yeah, and
Great.
she's an accountant, and
Oh, I
she
love
just
that.
her and her boyfriend love bikes,
Right.
and I was really happy because it was all modified the way I had a special seat made with a jacket, a beautiful Harley jacket that I had with stones and everything on it. I had it
nice.
made
To
as a
match.
seat. No, on the seat. I
On
made
the
a
seat.
seat.
Oh,
from
out
it.
of the jacket.
Yeah, out
Love
of the jacket. And I had extra soft stuff, cushiony, to
Nice.
ride so I could do long trips.
And you got
my
that-
handlebars were different, and I had a little pouch and all little things on
Modified
it to
for you.
personalize
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that must have
oh,
broke
no, I
your
really
heart
loved it.
to get rid of that.
Well, no, I think when I did, I was prepared for it. I was ready. I said, okay, I had that in my life. It was great. Now I have to move on. I'm moving on to something else. I didn't regret it.
No,
I never
I think you
regretted
need to
it.
do that, Like, especially when you're getting older, like
Yeah.
my move that I'm doing. Like, yes, I love my home. Yes, I love I'm a homebody, but I need something different, and I don't want to be always in the same spot. And having the bus is
They say change is good for the
Yeah,
soul.
yeah.
We need to change. We need to move.
To grow
move.
and-
I mean, if we stay the same all our lives, how freaking boring
freaking
would
boring
that be?
for us and for others.
Yeah, for
And in
others.
our business, we got to keep ourselves,
Yeah,
the
motivated
people,
and
people that are
determined.
interested. And people that are interested. That's why I call it Hell Bent with Grace, because with everything that life feeds you as a woman, as a person, but as a woman especially, it's hard to get up and have that determination and get up and go and not be a fucking pissed off
You have to-
bitch at the world.
You have to do it
You need a little
yourself.
grace.
You have to create. Yeah, well, you
Yeah.
have to create
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Nobody's going to do it for
No,
you.
no, exactly.
You create your reality, right? You know that.
You do, and there's a lot of influences, but you are the last. You have the last
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
You decide.
Oh, yeah.
And even with the ailments or the aches and the pains or the, whatever, you have to
Overcome.
You have to overcome. Exactly. So, did you give a little listen to the record?
Yes, of course I did. You know what I love about it a lot, because I'm very musical. I think I'm probably more musical than lyrical.
Yeah.
I loved all the different arrangements that from each song. You had a different arrangement, different musical influences, different. Each song was really like a separate entity, which I liked very much because I'm very much like that.
Yeah.
I don't like to do an album that from the song 1 to 10, they all sound the same.
No, of course
They all have
not.
the same instruments. They all have the same kind of arrangements and all that. What I loved about yours was that it still had a common denominator, which was your voice and your stories.
Right.
But musically, it varied, and that's what I liked about it.
Thank you.
You can't get bored listening to it because something comes. Oh, I like that. That's different from the one
Yeah,
before.
yeah, because you're like, what song is this? Oh,
Yeah.
it's the same song. No, it's
Yeah.
the fifth song. It just sounds the same. You know?
There's a lot of them like that.
Yeah, it's a lot. I don't like that. But that's the beauty of collaborating, because I never considered myself a songwriter for the longest time, and then I attacked it, and you know, the Music Blues Awards and everything recognized, and of course this is my first album since I won Best Songwriter and Best Album since Angels 11, so I was a bit nervous going into it, but I really, anybody I can tell, I don't know, you probably feel the same way, when you get a collaborator, like you collaborated with Peter Frampton, you collaborated with Serge Fiori, different, when you find the right soul.
Steve Siegel on the last album,
right?
I collaborated with him.
When you find, what do you think of that? You find,
oh, I
you
love
gotta
it.
have the right
I
person to
can
bring that
only
in.
work like that. I've written songs alone myself, which is okay, but because they become very personal,
Right.
and that's okay too.
Right.
But you can't write if you don't have anything to say. I mean, I
Number
can't
one.
write if I don't
Yeah.
have anything to say. I don't want to tell stories that have
same
nothing to
story,
do with
or-
me,
yeah, yeah.
or that I don't relate to, just to make up a story to
Yeah.
sing. Like most pop
They don't-
songs are
but
like
pop
that.
songs, yeah, but blues and rock, I find
No,
you really have
it's
to.
personal.
It has to affect you for you to actually perform it properly
Absolutely.
and deliver it with
Yeah, it's got to be honest.
Yeah,
you know,
honest.
and I can tell when a singer is singing their
their
story
song,
or somebody else's
Yeah.
story they made up or whatever. But
yeah.
that's okay too. I
Yeah,
mean,
sure.
technically, there's a lot of good technical singers in the world. There's hundreds and thousands
of
of them now
course.
with the internet. I mean,
Jeez, eh?
God, it's saturated. There's so much. It's
So much talent
Woo.
and so much shit.
I saw an 8-year-old playing the drums the other day
Yeah.
to a Led Zeppelin song. It blew my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, she got the double kick and
Oh, the
everything. I was
bottom
going, "Oh my
bonzo
God."
thing going on. Well, that's it. There's so much talent. out
Without
there.
the internet, we would have never seen that.
No,
that would have
exactly.
never been.
And that's always been there. We just haven't seen it before
No,
because
yeah.
of, you know. But I do believe that the songwriting, especially our type of stuff that we do, like you in the last 20 years and stuff, like, it's really comes from the heart, you know.
Yeah.
It's not money-making music.
And collaborating. You
know.
were talking about collaborating.
Yeah.
I need that. And since I worked with Steve Siegel on my last album, Steve doesn't play anymore.
He doesn't?
No, he's not playing anymore, and he's not writing. He's into something else, which is okay.
He's happy, though.
Yeah, I suppose he is, and yeah. But I can't. I mean, I need to be. I need something to inspire me.
Yeah.
I need to be. You know, I need to have that thing.
fire
you know,
that keeps you
that
going.
fire and that chemistry with another person, to be able to create that entity
Yeah.
that becomes a song.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, for me, you know, losing my mom. I know I wrote Marigold for my mom. She wanted me to write. She said, sing me a song. I used to sing Bob McGee for her. It was her favorite song. Even at her funeral, I mean, I couldn't. It was kind of, I was thinking about it, sort of a la Johnny Holiday. I didn't want to sing. I didn't want my voice to be Bobby. So I had a cello player come and play, and it was fantastic for the recession out. But I cried the whole time anyway. I barely remember any of it. But that was like for her. And now 6 years later, I was actually able to write one because I was so comfortable. And I was, you know, you're never over that stuff, but I was more at peace. And you were saying about your book how you didn't want it to be an autobiography, but more of a theatrical play type
a novel.
of thing. A novel.
A story that people are, because autobiographies can be boring.
Boring as hell,
Yeah.
for sure. And this is why when I wrote Marigold, I wrote it in not a theatrical, but it's more of a scene, of a story of a woman. Not necessarily my mother, but you see the mountains in Scotland and the heather, and you see you can visualize it. It's not like me talking about my mom. It's you know. So I think that was important. I think when you do have something that's super close to you, sometimes you have to put it in a third person. You have to, you know. But this record, I mean, halfway through it, I was like, I can't find, are these words okay? Is this too much? Is it, I wasn't sure. And I had gone to India in between, and that just pulled
That's
everything
on my
together.
bucket list.
Oh my God, you have to go.
I know I have to go. I'm just, my girlfriend Dagmar in Paris, she's girlfriend forever and ever. She goes all the time.
Go
They
on
have a
tour.
place there.
Go on I wanted a culinary tour. My girlfriend was going.
A culinary tour? Like
tour.
food for food? Ooh,
my girlfriend was going.
That.
Yeah, my girlfriend had a ticket with another girl.
Love Indian
The girl
food.
had to cancel, and she would have lost the ticket, so she invited me. So I'm talking about 5-star hotels, right across Rajasthan, and then land up in Goa in the south.
Oh,
for a
gosh.
month, a little short of a month.
Oh, you
And
have to give me info on
Oh,
that.
I will.
Because
Nathan
that's,
Fong is his name, and he's from Vancouver. They're
Nathan
going.
what?
Nathan Fong.
Fong,
He's
okay.
he's a famous chef. He cooks for
Okay.
Trudeau, cooked for Obama. He has this thing. He's actually going to Turkey in September. He has these things
Where he
every
takes
3 months.
people on culinary
They're like
tours.
10 people.
That
I will
sounds kind-
definitely get. I got
Whoa,
goosebumps
that's-
again
wait,
thinking
that
about it.
sounds, yeah, me
I went
too.
and got my
Talk
tattoo
about
there.
food.
My tattoo in Delhi was my
Oh,
first
God,
one.
yeah.
I
That's
saw something
beautiful.
peeking out there.
Oh,
What's
that's,
yours?
that was from
Be Here
Be
Now.
Here Now.
Oh, Raymond Tang.
Well,
Oh my
you know,
God.
that's Spartacus.
Can
you
I
know, I'm a Netflix freak.
Is that Spartacus?
And the Spartacus was I think I saw it like 5 times.
Oh,
that
he was
series.
freaking hot.
Was
Oh,
he
the
gorgeous?
new
The one
one.
that died. The one that
Yes.
died in the
I thought you were talking about the old Spartacus.
No, the new one
New
on
one, is
Netflix.
that sexy
oh,
as hell?
Oh my God.
First
I
of all,
mean,
this is a guy series.
my
You
son,
think.
my son was trying to get me to watch it since 2011. He says, you're going to love it. And I went,
Oh my
I'm not
God,
so sure
Nanette, I
about
can't
guys
believe-
chopping each other up and stuff like that.
I can't believe you love this.
But, I loved
first two,
it.
right? It's all blood. It's a little
Yeah.
a la 300 with the stopping.
Yeah, a lot of sex, a
I
lot
would
of
wake
nudity.
up in the morning and say to Denis, little Spartacus before
Yeah,
we go.
little
And that was my cue for not sex, but let's get in the living room and watch fucking
I
Spartacus.
know. Well, that's it. That's why at the end,
my
when he went to
God.
India and all those places to try to get cured of his
Yeah.
cancer,
What a story.
he had that tattooed on his arm. Be here now.
Oh
and
my God.
and the butterfly, because when he came back as a
What was his
butterfly to
name?
his Christopher.
Oh, beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Beautiful color, too.
Shit, now you got me. Dementia.
He can't. There's a song for you. There's a tune.
Dementia.
Dementia.
Christopher
But that was the actor, right?
Whitfield.
Whitfield, right.
Nick Whitfield was his, he was gorgeous.
He was gorgeous, and I think that whole story about them going back was brilliant to give him time to heal and then get the other guy.
Yeah.
You didn't think the other guy was going to cut it, and then 3 or 4 in, you're like,
He did.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's
the
good.
beginning, it was hard to get.
Yeah, well, because you know
Hard
the
to get used to him
story.
because
Yeah.
the other guy was
awesome.
was
Anyway, Spartacus on Netflix. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
No, it's fucking awesome. Let
That
me
and
say
Peaky
that.
Blinders.
Love Peaky
Oh,
Blinders.
Blinders.
I went to the UK last March before, and there was a club called Peaky Blinders. there
Oh, really?
With the huge pictures of, and
Oh,
his
my
he hot
God.
with those blue eyes.
Oh,
Have you ever heard?
he's done a lot of movies though. I've
Yeah,
seen him
but
in
that
other
one
movies.
though. You ever hear a cigarette and scotch sound so good?
Oh.
I don't know how they turn it up, or
I don't know.
the effects they put on the,
I
and
know.
every scene is like
I know.
a whiskey
They're
and.
always smoking and
Oh, my
drinking.
God.
It's
No, I
every time
love
somebody's
Peaky
pouring a
Blinders.
drink.
I love it.
And now I'm into Mindhunter.
Oh, I haven't. No, 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 no.
It's if you like criminology,
Yeah.
and it's very
Like CSI type of
educational.
Right.
Because it's very informative, and but it's on
Mindhunters.
serial killers. But it's a
Okay.
movie, it's a series.
Okay.
But they
Get in the minds.
they get into the minds of the guys like Manson and all of
Oh,
those.
that's interesting. Yeah.
people back then.
I always wanted to be a criminal lawyer when I was a kid.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, well,
Well,
I loved Charlie's Angels, and I loved Matlock, and before that, Ironside.
Oh,
because
my
dad
God,
looked like
yeah.
Ironside, my real
I
father.
watched all of those too.
Yeah, it's amazing. But just to say, again, parallel here for you, Be Here Now, which is also a Ray
I
LaMontagne
love
song.
that. Yeah, was
And
it
this Ray LaMontagne,
I didn't know that.
and Forever My Friend, Forever My Love is a Ray LaMontagne song. So,
Oh my goodness.
so that's what I'm saying. It's
that
freaking
weird?
really weird, really weird, really weird.
And I didn't smoke yet. I was going to smoke a little
Before?
doobie just before,
Yeah.
and I thought I won't because I probably won't remember half
Because
the
we'll
stuff.
giggle all the
that
way through
I
it.
giggle all the way through, and I won't remember stuff. If you ask me dates and things like that, I'll have to really search for it.
The
But
book,
so
the
I'm
book,
straight now.
No, she's good. So yeah,
Not often, but
get it while you can. I wish I could smoke.
you can't smoke.
I can't smoke. I get so inspired, and I want to sing, and then I got no voice left, and my eyes get bigger than my
I got
sockets.
sprayed.
And yeah, I was doing CBD oil without THC for my osteoarthritis.
Yeah.
And they ran out at my dispensary, and I started the keto diet. And after a week and a half, I didn't need the CBD.
Really?
Yeah, inflation.
Oh.
Anyway, that's a whole other
good for
freaking
you,
episode.
honey.
But
Yeah, that's a different episode altogether.
that's a whole episode.
All right.
Yeah.
Congrats.
But what was I going to say? So also too, at the same level, we both have baby daddies.
yeah.
Did you marry any of them? You were never married.
No,
eh?
the daddy.
No.
I didn't marry the daddy.
Were you ever married to anybody?
I got married once. I can tell you. I'll tell you the story
Tell
because
me,
it's
I
really
wanna know
funny.
the story.
It's a fun story because I had Jesse, my son.
Yeah.
He was 3 years old,
Okay.
just turned 3 years old. I was in Paris for that show, La Légende de Jimmy, that I
Okay,
did
yeah.
with Plamondon and Michel Berger.
Right.
And the opera,
Yeah.
opera, musical opera for those that never heard of it.
Right. Look it up. It's very good.
Look it up. So I met this guy. He was doing the merch there. Tall, gorgeous, blue eyes, blonde hair, just absolutely gorgeous.
Rock and roll.
I stayed away because he's
Okay.
much younger than me, like
Right.
17 years. Okay.
Right.
So I stayed away. It's in the book. You'll read all
Oh, I
about it.
can't wait.
And I just kind of like, but he was always, you know, coming to me, talking to me and everything, you know, and I'm just kind of really holding back. Because I didn't want to get involved.
I was really trying to hold back, but
young guy's okay, but that young
is,
I wasn't
yeah.
quite, didn't think I was ready
Yeah.
for
Well,
that.
when you have a 3-year-old, you think you're not, but you are
think- yeah,
so
oh, yeah,
ready.
yeah, yeah.
You are so.
Well, finally I gave in.
There you go.
So we became what we became there during the time we were there. And then at one point I thought to myself, you know, I'd sure love to have another kid.
Oh.
I would love I was 42 when I had my son.
Okay.
And I was 45 when I did La Légende. So I wanted to have another baby before the clock ran out. And Fred was so gorgeous and so sweet and so artistic and everything, you know. And I
Right.
thought, gee, you know, a baby
Make a
from
nice
here could be
baby.
fun. So we were playing pool one night, and I mentioned that to him. I said, you know, would you mind? I said, I really, you don't have to have any responsibility or
Right.
nothing. I
want a baby.
just want a baby. He says, well, I'll tell you what. He says, we'll make a deal. He says, if I lose this game,
Oh no.
you can have the baby. If I win, you gotta
Marry me.
So yeah, he won, and we got married.
Shit. And you didn't throw the game at all.
I didn't throw the
bet.
game. No,
Yeah,
I wasn't.
sure.
Even, I wasn't thinking about no.
No, 'cause you wanted to have a
He was a
baby.
better pool
Yeah,
player than I
okay.
was. But
So-
finally, we stayed together. We stayed married 5 years, but we didn't stay together that long
No. Okay.
because there was a big difference. You
in-
know,
yeah.
and you know, I was in my future. He still had a future.
Right.
You have to
It's
think
tough,
about, you know,
yeah.
the physical thing's one thing,
Yeah.
but the up here,
Yeah.
you know, when you're young up here, you're young up there.
That's right.
And it's hard to,
Right.
that communication, it's hard to find
hard
that
to
place
find
where
it,
you
yeah.
can come to.
I thought you were going
a
to say it was
program.
Pascal.
Well, Pascal was like, can I tell you,
Yes.
30 years younger than me.
I know.
And I'm not a pedophile, okay?
I know.
No, but he was just.
Oh, he was
just-
beautiful.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
but
he was
he's still-
beautiful.
still a
Yeah, I
very
haven't seen him in
handsome man.
years, but
He's a very handsome
he
man
actually
now.
texted me the other day because he had found one of my old CDs, and he's working like he's in Ottawa or at Quebec.
Yeah, he's in Quebec.
He's
yeah,
in
he's
politics.
with the. Yeah, well, he's at the. What's it called? That place there, that government place in Quebec.
I don't know, but
What's
he's
it
in
called?
politics, which is the last thing I thought.
What's it called? Come on, boys. You're gonna have to check this
Political,
out. Before. No, he's in the.
Democratic party of some sort? No. Did you smoke, Nanette?
I didn't.
Get her some dope. Let her smoke.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Federal or provincial?
No.
Provincial.
Provincial.
Yeah, because it's in
House.
Quebec.
No.
House of Commons.
No.
Oh yeah.
Come on, boys.
It's either a CAC,
Québec.
Parti Québécois, yeah, Parti Québécois.
No, c'est pas dans le PQ. No, they have all different of kind of those people.
C'est pas the House
They're
of Commons?
ministers in there.
Yeah,
They're
he works
where
for
the
a minister.
ministers work.
À l'Assemblée nationale.
There you go.
Bon ben tabarnak. Yes. So he's
Oh,
working there.
dear.
Well, good for him.
And I didn't smoke, okay? So that's maybe I should.
Maybe you should.
Can we take a break? I'll just roll a doobie.
That's it. He texted me and he said that, and I was shocked because he was DJ. He was all into that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Or,
And he's very
yeah.
well versed
He's
in
a smart
music.
guy,
He's
and he's
super
yeah,
intelligent. Yeah.
But that was a 30-year young.
Oh yeah,
good
he was
on you,
good.
though.
Yeah,
Good
but
on
I
you.
couldn't resist. I mean,
Well,
but you know, at one point you say, well, and I wrote that's in my book too, because I was very honest and,
Yeah.
and frank about my relationships, and it was very physical with Pascal, and the chemistry was very strong. 'Cause he's another Scorpio too.
yeah,
so
yeah. Scorpions, dangerous.
we at when it came about a year after we were together, I kind of thought I was noticing him like looking at
other women.
other girls, you know, but like younger girls,
Yeah.
which is normal.
Normal, of
Was
course. Yeah.
very normal.
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, well, do I really want to be the woman that gets left
Yeah, for the
by
younger.
the man she loves
Yeah.
for a younger woman? I don't want to play. I don't want that role.
No,
I don't
no.
want. I don't want to create that. So I think we're good friends as well as lovers.
I think that was
whatever.
tough for him, though. Because I remember back then, and he was crazy about you. Like he
Well,
was, you know, he was
yeah,
crazy
but he
about
got
you.
over it
He
real
did. Well, he went out and had
So many
babies,
girls.
didn't he? Yeah, he went out and had a
He's
bunch
got
of babies.
3 children, and
Yeah,
I'm the
yeah.
godmother of one
Oh,
of his children.
nice.
His first boy.
Oh,
Was
that's nice.
So precious.
Yeah, that's, you know.
And
that-
his wife is so precious.
Yeah,
I just
I know.
love her.
Well, that's good.
She's
Wonderful.
great. Oh, no, he's got a beautiful family, and
You have great relationships with all your exes, too,
I
right?
have great
Yeah.
relationship with every one of them. We stayed
Yeah.
friends, and
See, again,
and
parallel.
I think
Same
that's what
thing.
we need to be, because that's
For
friendship
the
lasts
kids and
forever.
for, I mean, I figure if you love somebody once, you know, love and hate are a fine line, but if you love and respect somebody, just because the love goes away in that physical or that situation where you're just not parallel in your life wants and needs, you know, you'll go through a heavy time, but in the end, there
Because
was
we're
love
changing.
there. Yeah, but
We're
there was
constantly
love there
changing.
at
Well,
one
sure.
point. A true love, a friendship
Yes.
love, you know. And I let's say that with Rob, I married Rob. We had Jazz, and we got divorced quickly after. Because as strong as and wonderful Scorpios are, they can be motherfuckers too. My sister's a Scorpio.
Oh, yeah.
She can be something, and
I
he can
know.
be something. And
I know.
it's a very strong sign. But we stayed friends, and we did albums together, and he's one of my best friends, you know.
Yeah.
And Dylan's dad, whom I never married, again, a looker. It was great, totally physical, you know. Turned out to be like great friends, and him and my husband now, Denis, they're like great friends, and
Same
it's
thing
important.
with Jesse's dad too.
Yeah?
You know, when I met Jesse's dad, it was totally. It was.
Who was Jesse's dad? Is it-
Andre Gagnon.
Oh,
Not the piano player.
no,
Not the
Andre
keyboard
Gagnon.
guy.
Okay, not the keyboard player. I
No,
was
no,
gonna
no, no,
say.
no, not
Okay.
the pianist.
Okay.
No, Andre was a director of photography at the time.
Okay, okay.
And he had been part owner of Club Soda back in the day.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he did. He was doing I did that jazz show. Was it called 1942 or something?
Okay, 1942. Yeah.
For the festival,
For the
jazz
Jazz
festival
Fest.
back in the day, and he was
Selling
he was-
merch and-
no,
You gotta
no,
think
he
for-
wasn't selling.
You gotta
he was
think for the
filming.
merch, guys.
He was no more merch. That
No
was the
more
only merch shop.
I'm all bought out. Sold out, people.
Yeah, but he was so different from anyone I had ever met or gone out with. He was straight.
Yeah.
I mean, our first date was in a tea room, you know.
Okay. Cucumber sandwiches.
I mean,
crust
you
cut
know,
off.
and I'm smoking and whatever I could get my hands on in those
Yeah.
days. It
Yeah.
was pretty rough.
That was what,
it
in the
was
80s?
rough. Yeah.
In the 80s. Yeah. So did you dabble
Right up
in
to
that?
where
Did you dabble
right
in
up
that
to
kind
when
of
I
stuff?
got pregnant, huh?
Like as obviously we can talk about it. One of my songs on the album, "Bay in the Rain," is about cocaine addiction and
Yeah.
somebody who's addicted to it, and I call cocaine Lorraine. It's for those that don't get offended by it. It's tough being in the business and being in the woman and being on the road and sometimes being alone. Sometimes.
No, I didn't find it tough.
No, but I mean tough in respect that it's always there. Hey, you want a toot? Hey,
Oh, yeah,
you
well,
want to
sure.
smoke? Hey, you want this?
Yeah, of course.
It's tough to. I mean, you got
But
pregnant, you
can
stopped.
some people
Yeah.
have an addictive nature, okay?
Exactly.
This is something that a lot of people can do, all the drugs in the world they want, and they're not going to get addicted. I don't know if it's a physiological thing
That's me.
or whatever.
That's me.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I always said to myself, I take the drug, it doesn't take,
Take me. Right on. I
You
love
know?
it.
And,
Love
and,
it.
and that was the proof. At one time I was doing heroin.
Okay.
I never shot up, but I was snorting,
Snorting
it.
it, yeah.
And my girlfriend Dagmar, the one I told you about
Yeah,
in
in
India,
Paris. Yeah.
okay, she saw me one night in Starmania, and I was pretty stoned.
Oh, yeah.
And she came backstage, and she talked to me about it, and she wrote me a long letter, like 7, 8 pages letter. And she told me, you know, she said, I saw what was happening with you, and something else was there. She said, when you do strong drugs like heroin or like the big stuff,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, opium and coke.
well, you know, we all have an aura around our body. Well, that puts holes in your aura.
Yeah.
Okay, whether you believe it or
I do,
not,
I do.
the dead junkies
Yeah.
can go in through those holes, go in your body, and make you. Because you could say, why am I doing this? Why
So
do I keep
addicted,
doing
yeah.
this? I know it's not good for me. I don't want to do it. Why am I doing it? Because you're not doing it.
Right.
Okay, you're under the influence.
Right.
So I read that, and I said, you know, she's probably right, but you know, when you're stoned, you don't think
Especially
about
heroin for
Oh, yeah, it's-
performing. I mean, because I could see Billie Holiday, she performed the way she
Yeah.
did because of the heroin, that
Yeah.
it was so laid back behind the
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
that it was kind of cool. Unfortunately, it killed her in that respect, but the kind of music that we do, I'd be surprised.
No,
like,
that's the thing. And I was with somebody at the time. We were both doing it. So
yes, of course.
when one night I was in Paris, I was over there for a tour. I was touring with Robert Charlebois. Of course, he's straight. He didn't do any of that stuff, or his wife either.
Okay.
But I got up out of bed to go to the bathroom, and I walked into the bathroom, turned the light on, walked into the bathroom, and just walked this way and looked over to the left where the mirror and the sink was before I got, and I looked, and I did a double take. It wasn't my fucking face.
You didn't recognize yourself.
And I wasn't dreaming. I was wide awake.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, how my face had changed, that it wasn't me,
Yeah.
I took that little bag of what we had left over, I threw it in the toilet, I never touched it again.
Did you have the
Nope.
DTs? Or
No, nothing.
Yeah.
Had nothing. I'm hard-headed.
Yeah, me
you know?
too. Me too, yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Me too. I was like that, especially like I snorted heroin by accident once because you go in a bar and say, hey, I left something for you in there. Oh, right on. In between sets, you go. And I
God,
snorted it, and I
that's
literally
scary.
snorted the back of the toilet, turned around, and turned back around and threw up because it was. I should have known it was beige. It wasn't,
White.
Yeah. And but when I got pregnant, it all stopped.
me
Anything I was
too.
doing, I was doing
Everything
doing whatever
I
it
did
was.
stopped.
That was it.
Yeah,
You
me too.
And it's that's what I'm saying. It's hard for people who aren't strong-minded. Like I didn't realize how spiritual I was, but I noticed some of your books in your place. You're very spiritual, and I often wonder as you're going through menopause, or I don't know if you went through menopause or if you had a hysterectomy, or I don't know.
No, I didn't. I did, well, actually, menopause. No, it's
The
not really like that.
pussycats, the
You can still-
pussycats,
you can still-
menopause.
Pause.
Okay, menopause. There's that too. There's so many menopause, many-pause,
Menopause,
like lots of cat
menopause.
ladies. Yeah, it all works.
I have
actually.
menopause there, too.
Menopause, yeah.
But
Did you go through it, or did you?
well, I did, you
yeah.
know, but I didn't take any
Yeah, me neither. I'm not taking anything.
hormone replacement things because
Yeah.
I just didn't want to get on that.
Yeah, me too.
And,
God, we're so much alike.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I said, well, I'm just going to go through it and get through it, and that's going to be that.
That's going to be that. That's it.
And I was fine, and I didn't have to worry about breast cancer or uterine
Yeah.
cancer because those fucking pills do that to you.
They do.
They do or they don't, but
they can.
in general,
And,
they can be
freaking
a real
yeah.
trigger for that.
Yeah.
So,
Because my mom had a hysterectomy, my sister had a hysterectomy. They both had tumors the size of grapefruits
yeah.
at the ages of like 45. So I don't know what my path is supposed to be. I have nobody to look up to go, hey, well, my sister did this, my mom did that. But I've decided the same. My mom had breast cancer, had it in one. She said, take them both. I don't need the other one. She was very funny about it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take anything because of the possibility to get, any kind of cancer.
Well, you know what the most a good gynecologist will tell a woman, and that's what she told my mother. Once you're past the childbearing age,
Right.
you don't need all that stuff in there. It's just grounds for cancer.
The machinery and the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can start, because when
Yeah.
you're not using it anymore, it just
Yeah.
kind of gets like all cobwebs.
Cobwebs are rusted out.
and
We're not
then-
talking about the vagina.
No, we're not
people.
talking about
We
vagina.
ain't
We're just
talking
talking
about
about
the vagina.
the female organs. Oh God! Oh, that's,
All the guys are there
that's
going, what? How old are you, baby? Does that mean that shop is literally the machine's cutting out, the door's getting locked up with the padlock, and the cobwebs are going? No, that's not what it means. But there is a stage to go through. I mean, there is
a stage that you go through, but
yeah.
you get the sweats and
Yeah. And even that whole sex
heat
thing. I mean,
thing.
it's like, what is it? Somebody had told me that what happens is you're no longer making babies. So Mother Nature or whoever it is with the funny freaking sense of humor says, okay, we don't need to be wet and dry, glissage there. You dry it up, nothing going in there. You don't have to do this. So, and then everything just kind of, you have to work at it. Like it's not, and I know as women, for me, it's very mind. It's not just.
It's mostly mind.
It's mostly mind,
Yeah.
So if my mind is on everything else and I'm freaking out about this and this is changing and when I eat something, I look at you eating a freaking carrot and I'm getting a fat ass. How does that work?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a carrot. It's not even a carrot cake.
Well, you don't have
It's like, what the hell?
you don't have, what is it called? You lose,
There's a certain hormone, right? That
there's
does,
a certain hormone that
estrogen?
you lose huh?
Estrogen?
No, well, yeah, you
Sex
lose
drive?
that, but no, there's another word for it now.
Assemblée.
Dementia.
G says, l'Assemblée nationale.
That's, that's something.
It's
There is a
yeah.
word for it, and I can't think of it
Yeah,
right now.
elasticity.
No,
joy.
No, it's something to do with your need for sex.
Right. That.
The
It's a.
It must be a male
Come on.
hormone.
come on,
Either
boys.
estrogens or
No,
progesterone.
it's not.
No, it's
not
something else.
estrogen, it's
when you work out, you get this. It makes sure that
Ameriphones.
No.
Ameriphones. No, pheromones. No.
Pheromones.
No,
Pheromones.
it's not pheromones.
But it's like
not
pheromones.
It's, yeah.
So is androgen.
Endorphins.
And no, it's
No,
not
not
that
the
either.
testosterone. We get fucking testosterone
Yeah,
when
we
the
do.
female shit leaves.
Vodka.
Vodka, no, tequila.
No, vodka, tequila.
But that's it. In many of the monster, I talk about many of the monster.
Yeah, that's funny.
Takes my sexy away, takes a boogie from my hips and my desire to play, and that's how it starts, right?
yeah, I love
and
that,
at the end,
yeah.
the last line is, she wants to make me a man. I don't understand. She fucks with my feelings, things I just don't understand. But it's exactly that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's anyway. It is for each his own. But I'm so glad to hear that you went through it and you did it au naturel.
Yeah.
Because
And it's okay. Some women maybe can't do it. My mother didn't. She took that stuff that they get from the female horses.
Yeah,
which
right.
I hate
My mom took that
'cause they
too in the
make them
butt.
suffer
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
She took that all her life because she says, "Well, I want a mustache and I want hair growing
Yeah.
on my face and
Yeah,
stuff
but
like that."
you can
But-
alter that. You fix that kind of stuff. I actually, today we were at A&W this morning, and I had remembered last night when I washed my face before I went to bed that I had a white hair coming out of my,
yeah.
just
White
dyed my
boy,
hair
yeah.
yesterday, okay? So I have no roots, no roots. But there's a white hair coming out of my forehead. So I had remembered it, and I said, sure, we're going on camera today.
Libido.
Baby. Libido. We lose our libido.
That's
There
the
you go.
word, libido.
I talk about a white hair in the middle of my forehead, and it
then I
reminds
said
you of
libido.
libido. Anyway, then he pulled the white hair out of my forehead at
Yeah,
A&W,
yeah.
and I was like, Jesus. But things grow in different spots.
Oh,
Just
sure.
you gotta watch it. You gotta take care of it. I just want to finish up with the spirituality thing. When I went to India, like I've always thought I was, and then I went to India, rocked my world, changed my thing. I came back in February. In March, I turned 52, and I discovered Kundalini Yoga.
Okay.
Life Force Academy on Facebook. Joined. Amazing. This has changed. This is why I'm moving out of into my bus.
Okay,
This is why
okay.
I am not OCD anymore.
Okay.
Doing all my shit. It's exhausting. What do you do? Spirituality. What's your thing?
Well, I kind of touch all the corners because I don't want to miss out. One of them's got to be right.
Oh, that's a good way to think about it.
You know what I realized? I think what I realized as I got older, that God is, I hate to be like that, but that's me, and that when I want to talk to God, I don't look up in the sky. I go inside. And you can call it God, Buddha. You can give it any name you want. Whatever it is that makes you feel like you can be your own creator, that you can control your life, that you can, because I always say, let me create a life that will bring me joy, that will bring me abundance, that will keep my heart pure.
Right.
And it's just, I don't know, I chant too. I was a Buddhist for many years, so I was chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Yes,
and Tina, I
my
think she
girlfriend
still
does that.
it.
Yeah.
And I do that too.
Yeah.
I mean, I pray, I chant, I sometimes I'll just sit and meditate and think about stuff. I don't know I don't have any particular
Thing to follow. You just
thing to follow. I don't follow any particular thing. I just do whatever feels good to me in the moment because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's the now, the power of now.
Are you happy now?
Yeah.
You seem very happy.
Oh,
You
I'm
seem very
happy.
content.
I mean, happy is a state of mind, a state of being, and gee, I'm still above ground.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
We're all very happy about that.
I'm healthy, knock
Yeah,
wood.
knock wood. That's right there.
And
She found it right away. It's funny how you know.
And
that.
I have lots of love around me. I have a music that I love, and I'm still singing. I mean, it's 50 years I'm in the business now, and I still do shows, and people still come to see me.
It's
the
over
ones that are
50
still
years.
alive.
Yeah. Is it not over 50 years? 67,
Well, that's
wasn't it?
66.
66, so it's 53
So
years.
it's 53 years now that I'm in Quebec.
You've been singing
And,
longer than I've been alive.
Yeah, exactly.
That's phenomenal.
And I'm
Phenomenal.
still, so, there's hope, girls. I mean, you can still sing at 70 and perform. You just got to make it
That's right.
Keep yourself
You have to be
focused,
hell-bent.
and you got to take care of your
Hell-bent with
body.
grace, yeah.
Take care of your car, girls. Take care of it. Give
Yeah.
it good gasoline and
Yeah,
whatever
this,
it needs, and this too.
Yeah.
And the body, you know,
Yeah.
paint job once in a while is good.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
you
Rough
know,
it. I give
fix
it a little
the
buffing.
fenders and because for me that's it. This is my vehicle.
Yeah.
This is what gets me from here to IGA and Ormstown, you know.
Yeah.
But when this is going to be tired and it doesn't want to go anymore, I'll go get another car.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
And then I'll just drive around in that one.
Yeah.
This I look at it very, very simply like
Do you believe
that.
in reincarnation?
I believe in, I don't know if we reincarnate or we just never don't exist.
Right. So when you talk about a new paint job, a new car, you're talking about getting like a
Coming
new arm or
into
getting
coming
okay.
back into another body.
Another body, so
choosing
reincarnation.
to come back.
Come back,
Because
okay.
some people choose not to, and
Yeah.
some people choose. You know, everybody's got a different view
Way, yeah.
on all that,
That's
and
what gets you
it's all
through.
personal, and it's all true. You know, because truth is relative
Mm-hmm.
in my book. All right, the way I look at it is just make a. Let me see. How can I show you an example? Okay. Let's say we've got a big piece of pie, like an apple pie that somebody just made. And they cut a few pieces, you know. They give you a piece and they give me a piece. You take it, you go, oh God, this is the worst awful thing I've ever tasted. And I taste it and I say, God, this is the best thing I've ever tasted. Who's telling the truth?
Right. To each his own.
But it's truth, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The truth is
Yeah.
what it
Relative,
is.
yeah.
It's relative.
It is. Yeah. It's what we are.
So if you want to come back, you come back. If you don't, you don't have to.
don't.
My dad didn't believe in that. He says, when I'm going to be dead, I'll be dead. So if that's what his desire is, what his soul desires, then that's what it'll be.
Yeah, you can't be
you
judgmental.
know?
And that's why people with religions, you can't
I
say,
don't
well, that's not
judge.
right. This isn't right.
No, I
It's-
don't judge.
I
Everybody's
think
right.
all of that's right. We're all right.
We're all right.
I think
And
you're
we're
all
all
right.
wrong.
I think that you are all right, and I'm really grateful that you accepted to do this because I've known you for 42 years.
Yeah.
And
my
but I
gosh.
haven't known you, and people a lot of times I'll see write-ups and it'll be your name and my name will be in the same write-up, you know, like comparing me or saying that I'm the new up and coming or I'm
Yeah.
the English singing French, you know, because I did
Yeah.
that for a bit, and it warms my heart to think that, man, we are so much alike, and if I have half the life that you have gone through and the career and the
You might
love,
have more. You might have
whichever.
more. You've got
I
a
am
fabulous
so
voice. I mean, I've
grateful.
never been able to sing like you.
Never been
you've
able to
got
sing
a-
like you.
You've got a fucking incredible voice. I just
you.
love the way you sing, and
Thank you.
you just make me feel like full. You know, when you
Oh,
sing,
thank
it's so
you.
full.
Oh,
It's
thank
like,
you.
I don't know how to.
Don't
what other way
overeat
to
me.
say
Don't
that.
overeat me, Nanette.
No.
I know you like your pie.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you,
love you,
sweetheart.
and I can't wait to be doing shows with you with Martin Deschamps.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
And next summer, 2020, is going to be a killer year for us. We're going to just knock it out of
I
the park.
think so. I think so.
Nanette's book, Rock and Romance,
yeah.
was written a few years ago,
Yeah,
but I'm going to
Mario
read it for the
Bolduc.
Mario
That's-
Bolduc.
But I don't even know if it's on the market anymore.
But I'm telling you, if you have a
but
husband like mine,
he'll
he'll find
it.
it because anything you want, it's findable.
Does he have a brother
He does.
or a twin?
He does. Everybody
Oh.
asks me that, and
So
he
you'll
does.
introduce me.
I would, but
But he's married.
he's kind of married, and
Kinda married.
he's yeah. No.
What's kind of married?
Well, he's with somebody. I mean, what's
okay.
married these days? People are married, they still fuck around. So he's not married, and he doesn't fuck around. So there you go.
All right, well, hey, that's cool.
Isn't that good?
That's
That's a
wonderful.
Cologne trait. There you go.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Nanette Workman, everybody. Look anything up that has her name on it. Any music goes back to '66. Fantastic. Call Girls, one of my favorite albums. And this is Red Sofa Talk. As you can see, the red sofa in beautiful Ormstown, in front of the most beautiful tree. My favorite. Your favorite?
Oh, I love her.
Willows.
Him.
And
It's a him. Trees
It's
are
a him.
hymns,
Are
eh?
they?
An alb.
No.
So it's a male. Well, the word is male. So, but I don't know if the actual tree is male or
Did you go
female.
through all that shit all your life here too? I'm
French?
freaking the
Yeah.
Ah,
Je blédane.
là, la
Je
chasse-
blédane, moi.
Je blédane.
Oh,
Moi, j'aime les mal à l'aise, là. Tu sais, les mal à l'aise dans le parc, là. We have so much fun with the language. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hellbent with Grace is coming out, dropping, as they say in the U.S., usually at an award show, November 1st. Check it out, and don't forget to come see our shows with Martin Deschamps. Take care of each other. Love you, Nanette.
I love you.
Thank you so much.